Hey guys, what's cracking? It is Krakenation. I'm coming at you guys today to talk about Galarian Rapidash. Galarian Rapidash is a new Pokemon. It is a new form of Rapidash, I should say, introduced in Generation 8 Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's been pretty highly requested recently, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at what you can do to make this Pokemon a part of your competitive set, a competitive move set, competitive team that you can run it on. First up, let's just say thank you guys so much for the blow up on this channel recently. If you are interested in staying up to date with everything that I am doing in Pokemon Sword and Shield, all this competitive analyses, these ways to build your team, all these team building related videos, make sure to go ahead and click on the subscribe button down below. Join our Discord, be a part of our Pokemon community here we're building on this channel, and let me know what you like about the channel, what you want to see in the future. Without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at Galarian Rapidash. So this Pokemon is a Fairy and Psychic type with a few different abilities. Runaway has really no competitive viability, so I'm going to brush over that one. But Pastel Veil basically is a new ability that is going to allow you to be immune to effects of poison. Not poison attacks, but you cannot be poisoned. So kind of useful in niche situations, I suppose, but I think overall, Anticipation is probably your best ability. Now keep in mind, none of these abilities are very good, but Anticipation will probably be your best ability overall. It'll let you know when you switch in if your opponent has a move that will hit your Galarian Rapidash super effectively. Like for example, if your opponent had an Iron Head, you would know instantly when you switched in your Galarian Rapidash because it would do like the shutter animation and everything. So let's go ahead and take a look at the stats for Galarian Rapidash. Take a look at what we're working with. For HP, we're looking at 65 HP, 70 defense, and 80 special defense. So obviously not the bulkiest Pokemon in the world, pretty frail overall, a little better on the special defense side, but just in general not good. 105 speed, however, is pretty fast, and 100 attack is respectable, so you're going to be able to hit hard on the physical attacking side, or at least you'll be able to hit quickly with your speed stat. 80 special attack isn't great, but it is usable, I suppose, with this thing's special move pool. Taking a look at that move pool, speaking of which though, we've got a couple different things I want to note here. It's got a wide move pool, obviously. It's got access to both great physical and special moves, but mostly you're going to want to make use of those physical moves. So it's got fantastic physical coverage. First up, you've got stabs in Zen Headbutt and Play Rough, but you've also got things like high horsepower, which is going to allow you to hit steel types, and it's fantastic coverage for you. We've seen a fairy and fairy and ground type coverage be really good in the past. It also has a lot of really cool coverage moves like Throat Chop, Low Kick, Mega Horn, Bounce, Smart Strike, Wild Charge, just fantastic coverage moves. It's got access to Setup and Agility and Swords Dance. Cool utility moves like Healing Wish, definitely a move pool that you can make some use of. So the first set I've got here for you guys is a Choice Banded set. I think between this set and the Scarf set, you can pretty much use these sets pretty interchangeably. Now, if you're a team that needs a faster physical attacker, you might want to go with a Scarf set and use this exact same set with a Scarf. But if you want to focus on your offensive power and 105 speed is good enough for you, you might want to stick with a Band instead. So ability, we're going to run Anticipation. Like I said, I think it's going to be overall more useful. I think none of these abilities are particularly useful in general. We're going to run 2 of these to attack, 2 through speed, Jolly Nature, maximize that offensive ability, maximize that speed no matter what. Play Rough, High Horsepower, Zen Headbutt are basically auto-include on all your sets. High Horsepower will let you hit those steel types. It'll be moving to kind of safely predict maybe a poison switch in. You have Zen Headbutt and Play Rough, which are going to be good stab moves. They are a little redundant because you're going to hit both both fighting types with your Psychic and your Fairy moves, and they're also both resisted by steel types, so it is a little bit of a redundant stab combo, but definitely can be useful. We've seen it be useful on previous sets or previous Pokemon like Tapu Lele, Hatterene, Gardevoir in the past. In the final spot, I've got Mega Horn. Mega Horn will let you just hit some more stuff that you weren't hitting before, but overall, I think Mega Horn could be replaced with Wild Charge, for example, to hit bulky water types, so you have kind of some flexibility in that last spot. I have Mega Horn here just to maybe hit a grass type a little bit harder, but I think Wild Charge is another very viable option. The next set I've got here is a double dancing set. I'm going to run Play Rough and High Horsepower as my 2 attacks, notably because I will achieve perfect coverage with those moves on the steel types and the poison types that I can't hit with my fairy type attack. We've seen Pokemon like Mega Altaria, for example, really make use of Earthquake and Pixelate boosted returns in the past, so this is that similar fairy ground coverage. I want something to take note of here. We're going to run Life Up to boost your offensive power, but we're going to run Sword Dance and Agility, so you have the choice to boost up either your speed or your attack. Now, Galarian Rapidash doesn't really have the setup opportunity. It's not bulky enough, it's not threatening enough at the face value to probably get up both agility boost and an SD boost. So you're gonna have to pick one, and I think the reason I listed Adam or Jolly Nature is I think you're gonna have to want to pick based on what your team needs, what you want to run more often, which move you're gonna click more often. If you think your Galarian Rapidash is gonna be more of a wall breaker, more of a sweeper type Pokemon, then I think you're gonna want to run a Jolly Nature to maximize your speed, since you're already boosting your attack up to threatening levels thanks to usually clicking Swords Dance. Now, if you're usually expecting to be a cleaner with your Galarian Rapidash, I think you should probably run the Adamant Nature, maximize your attack as much as you can, because you're already going to be boosting your speed to insane levels thanks to agility. So I think that's going to be something you need to make a judgment call about your team. If you need a cleaner, you're going to run agility and you're going to run an Adamant Nature. Now, if you need a sweeper, run Swords Dance and run a Jolly Nature. Hope that makes sense. If you guys have any questions about that, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. The next thing we're going to look at right now is the pros and cons of Galarian Rapidash. To summarize what we're looking at. Now, I think this is a pretty good Pokemon. Definitely has the potential to be like maybe UU. So it does have a lot of pros. It's got respectable offensive power, good physical move pool. Like we saw, it's got access to a lot of coverage moves. It's got really solid speed at 105. Defensive through typing a little bit. So it's got access to some cool resistances that could be useful. For example, it got a resist to fighting, which is a really common offensive type. So despite the fact that its bulk isn't great, it's got some cool resistances. Not always fantastic defensive typing, but it has some defense, at least potential. Finally, it's got access to setup in Swords Dance, agility, even Calm Mind if you want to go down that road. So it's got access to reliable setup moves. Unfortunately, there are some cons, like with any Pokemon. It's got underwhelming power. 100 attack is not fantastic. It is okay, but not fantastic. You're going to need to boost that up to really be threatening. Poor bulk overall. You're going to be pretty exploitable as far as it not being very bulky. And finally, a pretty poor offensive typing. This is mitigated by the fact that it has so much good coverage, but overall, Fairy and Psychic are kind of redundant together, which is why on that Swords Dance set, the Double Dancing set, I did not feel the need to run a Psychic move, because Fairy and Psychic are kind of redundant. Obviously, Dark type is very different for the two of them, but they both are resisted by Steel type. They both hit Fighting type super effectively. They have a lot of the same neutral hits, so I think that's something you want to keep in mind. Obviously, there's slight differences, but there are a little redundant, so it's kind of a poor offensive typing overall. So some team options I want to look at are Steel types are going to be really good partners for you. You are obviously afraid of a lot of Pokemon that Steel types resist. That's going to be things like Poison types. Steel types are also a big problem for you, and so these Steel types will be able to switch into those attacks. Bulky Water types will also be good, because bulky Water types will be able to switch into a wide range of attacks that are aimed at Galarian Rapidash. Finally, wall breaking support will be really useful for it, because it is kind of more of a cleaner, because it is fast and doesn't hit that hard. Supporting with a wall breaker could be really good. For example, a Scarf Galarian Rapidash. Big threats for Galarian Rapidash that you're going to want to look out for are physical walls, I should say. Physical walls will be a big problem. Like we were saying, this thing is not a wall breaker by any stretch unless you're running Swords Dance. So you're going to need to be careful about running into really powerful physical walls. Powerful priority moves will also be an issue. They get around that good speed stat, and they're going to be able to hit you pretty hard because of your lackluster bulk. So those are two things you're going to want to really look out for, and that's why if you notice things like wall breaking support, bulky Steel types, bulky Water types will be effective at dealing with those threats. Let me know what you guys thought of this video. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down in the comment section below if you are excited to use these Pokemon, and I certainly know that I am. But until next time, I will see you guys later. Krakenation out.